To start with, a very warm welcome to all of you. My name is Chian Vasbinder. I'm the director of Paralimes, and Paralimes is a small institute which normally sits up the fourth floor of this building. Its mission is to explore complexity, and it means beyond boundaries. Now, what this workshop is going to do is to go beyond boundaries. You can see it in the title. It has really no defined area that we will focus on. We'll focus on many things and try to get to some interesting ideas and inspiring ideas beyond those boundaries. And that's what I hope you will all go through, a very inspiring and exciting meeting, which will lead to new ideas that you can only find when you cross those boundaries and when you go beyond that. That's actually all I wanted to say. Balázs gave me 2 minutes. I've now spent one, but I have one other little thing that just came up before the meeting. The idea to actually make a book out of this workshop. None of the speakers have been asked to prepare for that, so we will talk to them as we go. We may not do it at all, but it might be interesting because we are crossing so many areas of adjacent areas, boundaries in adjacent areas and in totally unknown territory. So, having said all this, I would now like to give the word to Balázs, who is actually the chair of this whole thing, and who is also the man who knew the people who to invite. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chian. So, my name is Balázs Gulyás, and whereas Chian is representing Paralimes, I'm representing LKC Medicine. Right now, I am the head of the Translational Neuroscience program. And of course, this is not related strictly to medicine. This is rather related to the activities of Paralimes. And Chian and I set out to organize a series of conferences or workshops like this with an eye on exploring East and West, Eastern minds, Western minds, Eastern way of thinking, Western way of thinking, and all focusing on the same objectives, in the present case, on what is a good life. That is to say, what is a good life worth living? And of course, I know some in the audience, like Michael, is very keen on having an explanation from Chian and me about what is East, what is West. I don't know the answer. We would like to explore this conundrum here, and we would like to ask not only the speakers, but also people in the audience to give their views on this conundrum. But let me just go back to some original ideas behind this whole workshop or conference series. So for me, one of the major impetus to start this series is coming from philosophy. One of my favorite philosophers, René Descartes, who starts his book, Discours Method and Related Writings, with the following paragraph. Common sense is the best distributed thing in the whole world. Everyone thinks that they are well endowed with it, so that even those who are most difficult to please in every other respect do not usually wish to have more than they already possess. It is unlikely that everyone is wrong about this. It shows rather that the ability to judge well and to distinguish what is true from what is false, which, strictly speaking, is what is meant by common sense or reason, is naturally equal in all human beings. Thus, the diversity of our views doesn't result from the fact that some people are more reasonable than others, but simply from the fact that we guide our thoughts along different paths and do not think about the same things. So, I think this is one possible way to approach the East-West conundrum. We all have the same common sense, the same endowed mind or mindsets, but of course we look at the very same things with our different ways of thinking or using, as Jean-Pierre Changeux, the first speaker of our first East-West conference, claimed, using different cultural networks in our brain. But let me just continue with one more sentence and then I stop. Descartes continues his reasoning, and now just a paragraph about truth. Therefore, if someone wishes seriously to investigate the truth about things, they should not choose some particular science, because all the sciences are interconnected and dependent upon each other. They should think instead only about increasing the natural light of reason, not in order to resolve this or that problem of scholastic philosophy, but in order for their intellect to instruct their will about what choice to make in each of life's decisions. So basically, this is, I would say, one of the major objectives of Paralimes, just to go beyond boundaries and explore the truth, not with the eyes of different disciplines or through the lenses of the different methodological approaches, just use our mind, use our natural reasoning about the truth, and try to shed light on the same truth from different perspectives, let it be East or West. So these are some thoughts about the major impetus behind this little workshop.